Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. It is Friday, October 29th already, and it's just about 9 o'clock at night. So I'm going to show you, I did a quick superstore grocery shop after work tonight. As you all know from my previous videos, I live and work in Manitoba, Canada, and I work at a Canadian grocery store chain called Sobeys. Sometimes I shop there, but sometimes I shop at Superstore for the PC Optimum points. This particular grocery haul is strictly Superstore. So I'm going to show you what I got. The majority of things on this grocery haul are not for points. So this was just simply stuff we needed to get. Although I was shopping hungry and I did not need to get Cheetos or Doritos, but I did. Bad things happen when you shop hungry. I know that. I'm a cashier. I know better than that. And I'm a mom. I know better than that. But nonetheless, that's what I did. They were on sale, so that's how I'm justifying it. They were $3.97 normally, minus 49 cents. So they were $3.48, I believe, each. So per bag. So I've got the family size bag of each of those. Got a little bit more Halloween candy for the kids this weekend. And I mean, I've got some treat bags made up, not completely done, but whatever doesn't get given out for Halloween will probably get stuffed in work lunches to take or just munched on here at home for snacks. But I just want to make sure we have enough too, because we also lived really close to 2 elementary schools, a junior high school and a high school. And on a normal year, Halloween, we would get quite a number of kids. Last year we didn't because our COVID numbers were so high that everybody was advised to stay home. So even though I made treat bags last year, we really got basically no kids. But this year it falls on a Sunday. The weather forecast is decent and our numbers are better. So I'm expecting a good number of kids. So these are going to go in treat bags, but also some of them will go in our own personal candy bowls and in work lunches and whatnot too. I just want to make sure we don't run out. We needed paper towels. Oh, the candy, there also was a deal on at Superstore. I forget how many points it was, but something, if you were to buy something like $30 worth of candy, and I'm like, no, I have enough candy. I don't need to buy $30 worth. I just need to get one extra box to make sure we're topped up. I'm trying to see if I can see off to the side here how much they were. I want to say $12.98. Yeah, Maynard's candy, $12.98. Paper towels, we are out. There was an offer in store for, it was either Charmin or Bounty, one or the other. Each one had a different offer in store that if you bought 2 packages, you would get 2,500 points, which equates to $2.50 in points. But one of them, either the Bounty or the Charmin, whichever one it was, one of them was like $18.98 for 1 pack alone. So you'd have to spend like $39 to get those 2,500 points. And the other one was a little bit cheaper at $16.98 a pack. So I'd still be spending $34 to get 2,500 points. And this is the end of the month paycheck for us. So rent comes out and bank fees come out and not a lot else. I don't normally do a large grocery shop at the end of the month. I happen to have a little bit extra in the budget right now, so I'm able to do a bit larger grocery haul. But I normally don't do a big haul at the end of the month because that's when the bigger expenses come out. 2 weeks from now, that's when all the usual monthly bills like hydro, water, any, cell phone bill, cable, internet, that kind of stuff. And there I have more freedom to do a bigger grocery haul. So I just could not justify, as much as we need paper towels, I just went for a 6-pack right now and sacrificed the points because, just to fit the budget. They were $9.98. Toilet paper, we're getting a little low on that. $15.98 for that, for 30 double rolls. Finished dishwasher tabs, we are not completely out. However, we were getting low. Trying to see off to the side here how much they were. $15.98 for those. Liquid plumber, we have 2 females in this house with long hair, myself and my daughter. I don't know if we're responsible for this or what, or if it's just the plumbing in this house, I'm not sure, but we perpetually have to unclog that bathtub, perpetually. And most of the time we just take showers, because if we sit down and have baths and we've got standing water, which seems to lend itself to the bathtub clogging up more. So we're having to put chemicals down that thing like every 2 weeks because even though we have a hair trapper in the drain, doesn't seem to matter. It just still seems to clog up. And I'm noticing again in today's shower that the water was pooling around my feet again up to ankle height. And I'm like, okay, here we go. So I poured that down just now. So it's already empty. It was $5.98. Yeah, the tub seems to be draining a little better. We'll see how long it lasts. Again, we seem to have to do this like every 2 weeks. It used to be if we put something down there, we'd be good for a good month or two, but it's getting worse. So we might have to either call in the landlord, or which we hate doing because he doesn't always respond to stuff very well, or we have another plumber friend who has done some work for us before, and maybe we might have to give him a shout and see what he can do. Chicken strips, stand by here in this house for chicken strips and fries. We were completely out. We emptied the bag a while back. The liquid plumber was $5.98. The chicken strips were $14.99, 2.72 kilogram bag. I have a couple recipes I want to try. I have a recipe for a pot roast using limes and lemon lime pop in the slow cooker. So I bought a bottle of President's Choice, which is a store brand, 7-Up. So because I was looking for either Sprite or store brand Sprite, and they were out of those. So I just grabbed one of those. I don't know if that's on here. It has to be on the receipt somewhere. I'm just trying to quickly. There it is. It is 99 cents. So, and then now that winter is coming, produce prices seem to be starting to go up a little bit. I got celery stalks, $2.98. They were, I think they're only like $1.98 a couple weeks ago. So prices are starting to go up in produce for the winter. They always do. I don't know if where you're located, if that seems to be a thing too or not, but certainly here in Manitoba, Canada, or pretty much all across Canada, it seems like, because we have colder winters than, say, southern parts of the US, I guess. So I don't know if where you are, if your produce prices go up in the winter months too, but certainly here in Canada, they often do. And I'm noticing an increase already. So I just got some more celery. I used the last of it up of what we had in some beef stew the other day. I got a container of Cool Whip. I have a recipe I saw, kind of a dessert type recipe where it takes Cool Whip, orange Jello, I believe, and vanilla pudding. So I grabbed, you can see the vanilla pudding, and I showed you the orange Jello just there momentarily. So I grabbed one of those each. The Jello, I don't know if I can find it on here. The orange Jello, see, I only grabbed one because we don't eat a lot of Jello, but they were 98 cents each, or 5 for $4. So if I needed 5 Jellos, they would have been 80 cents each. I really only needed the one, so I just grabbed one, spent 98 cents. I also have a recipe for a spicy cranberry meatball I want to try. It calls for whole cranberry sauce. So I grabbed Ocean Spray brand. It was $2. The no-name brand, Superstore brand, would have been cheaper. However, all they had in stock were the jellied cranberry sauce, and the recipe specifically calls for whole cranberry sauce. So okay, we're going to stick to that. So it meant getting the name brand, but it was still only $2 a jar, so it wasn't too bad. And then for that recipe, the vanilla pudding with the Cool Whip, so I grabbed that. The vanilla pudding was $2.18. And I have a recipe as well that requires a pistachio pudding I haven't made in quite some time. Grabbed one of those, $1.18 for that. Mandarin Oranges. Oh, where are they on here? Makes me have to stop and read quickly here. Okay, $4.98 for 3 pounds of Mandarin Oranges. Bag of snap peas, 680 grams. I like to munch on those, take some on my lunch. Where are they? Sugar snap peas, $7.98. But it was $1.28 off, so they were actually $6.70. They don't go on sale that often, so every once in a while. Bananas, not on my offers, but I grabbed some of those. Again, they were 67 cents a pound, the usual. Iceberg lettuce, I believe this was up to $2.98. That is, again, going up there for this time of year. There's lettuce has been a bit pricey for a while, but sometimes it gets down as low as $1.98. So not this time. Cucumbers were on my offers. Now, I was not given the points on these, but I've already submitted a points inquiry and I've got them. Now, this is the silly thing. I don't know if you can tell on these, but these are not as big as the usual, not as long as the usual long English cucumbers are. And they were, I believe, $3.99. So I spent $4 on these guys. And my offer was 200 points per $1 spent. So $3.99 rounds up to $4. So $1 times $4, right? 200 points per dollar. So I should have got 800 points. Did not get that. Submitted a points inquiry. They've already fixed it. But I know for a fact that usually the cucumbers we get are longer than this, and that is quite a bit more, like $4 for 3 of them. That means they're about, well, $3.99, so $1.33 a piece. They usually go as low as 99 cents each, so they've gone up from like 99 cents each, if not less, to $1.33 each because winter's coming. That's always the way. Our produce always seems to go up during the winter months. No-name spices were on my offers, so I needed some onion powder, so I grabbed that. And I have a bottle or a jar of nutmeg, but I think I'm almost out. I don't use it a lot, but with the Christmas season coming, you know there's going to be recipes where I will need that. So no-name spices were on my offers, so I just grabbed those 2. I'm trying to see where it is. Onion powder was $1.98, and the nutmeg was $3.28. No-name brand. So again, the President's Choice that you saw on the Sprite Up, That is Superstore brand, and No Name, which is the yellow packaging black bar, is also Superstore brand. Now, lemons and limes, I grabbed a few of those. Each of these were cheaper if you bought them in quantities of 3. Lemons, I use more the zest when I'm baking than anything else. And the limes, I think there's 2 limes required for the pot roast or for the roast beef recipe with the 7-Up. So I'll be using the juice of 2 limes in that. And I'm pretty sure I have some muffin type recipes or something I could use the other limes in. So I just have to look through my cookbooks. I've got lots of those. I'm sure I can find something. And then 2 boxes of the Oreo style baking crumbs. I probably didn't need to get them just yet, but they were on sale. They were $3.99 each, limit of 4. So they're normally $4.98 each. Now, what I use those for, I make rum balls at Christmas. And that's one of the things I always make. And it requires 2 full boxes of Oreo crumbs. So I thought I would just grab it now and be done with it. And this is where the mistakes happened. Well, my mistakes. Shopping hungry. 2 boxes of pepperoni and bacon pizza pops because I'm shopping hungry. I worked a 5.5-hour shift today at my store. It is last Friday of the month, so it's payday for a lot of people, and it's Halloween weekend, and it was a zoo in there. It was nonstop, and it just, I was glad to be done. I didn't want to have to put in any extra minutes if I could help it because I was just done. And so then I came home, changed clothes, grabbed my daughter, and we both went to Superstore because she wanted to buy stuff on her offers too. So I haven't eaten since 3:30 this afternoon. It's almost 9:30. Well, 9:05 right now, but nonetheless. And that was just a sandwich and some grapes. So bad things happen when you shop hungry. I'm a mom, I'm a cashier, I know better, but whatever. They were on sale, so again, that's how I justified it. They were $1.97 each, limit of 2. So I just grabbed the 2, both are pepperoni and bacon. And then for the cranberry spicy meatballs, it's called for Frank's Red Hot Buffalo style sauce. I do have some Frank's Red Hot sauce in the fridge. I don't use that much of it, but this specifically called for the buffalo style. I don't know how much of it I'll use. The recipe does call for 2 tablespoons. I might end up only using 1 tablespoon, depending on just how spicy it actually is. It might be enough to just do 1 tablespoon or maybe even just a teaspoon. Pardon me. So I'm not really one for spice. So, but that's a good sized bottle. I guess hopefully I like the recipe, because if I do a tablespoon or if I do the full 2 tablespoons, that's going to take up, it'll take me a while, probably several batches of those meatballs to use that whole bottle, unless we use it on something else. But again, I'm not likely to use it on too much because I'm not as much of a fan of spice as some other people in this house might be. I decided with grabbing the celery and the cucumbers and the lettuce, I thought, well, if I've got salad fixins, I might as well grab some tomatoes. Normally, I'm more inclined to buy tomatoes on the vine, but the Roma tomatoes were cheaper per pound. I forget how much they were, if it will show me here. It might just say per kilogram on here. Yeah, it says $3.26 a kilogram, but I want to say it was like $1.48 a pound or something for them. They were reasonably cheap. That was like the one thing of produce that was decently priced. And then popcorn style chicken, $10 for a 1.13 kilogram bag. Just like chicken strips, it's kind of a standby in our freezer. We usually have some French fries in the freezer and some chicken strips, that kind of thing, for a quick, convenient meal here and there. So all I got for points on here, No Name Spices, 800 points for the nutmeg and the onion powder. So you'll see my subtotal was $157.09. After tax, $165.35. And I came into this with just over $70 worth of points. I didn't redeem anything. So I earned 800 points. That left me with a closing balance of 73,989 points. And as I said, I was also owed 800 points for the cucumbers. So I submitted a points inquiry. They've already added those 800 points. So I was at 73,989, and now you just have to add 800 more points to that, and you'll have my grand total. Now you can only redeem in store for in increments of $10. So that means I'm currently sitting at the $70 mark of PC Optimum points, and that's not bad. Considering I had wiped everything out down to 0 in the summer, I've managed to build it back up to 70. I'm trying to save it up to use at Christmas and hopefully have maybe 100, 120 to spend on the Christmas groceries at that point. We'll see. There is currently an offer on right now that ran from when this week's offer started on Thursday. It runs until closing Wednesday, and that is that you'll get 25,000 points if you spend $250 cumulative. So I spent $165 tonight, and that means I would have to spend another $85 between now and Wednesday to get the 25,000 points. And that equates to $25 in points, which would put me, if I'm sitting at $73,000, that would put me at $98,000, which would have me just shy of the $100 mark. That's great. The problem is, again, it is the end of the month and rent and bank fees and all those good things are due. And I don't know if I can justify spending another $80 between now and closing on Wednesday just to get the points. So, you know, because I'd earn $25 in points, but I have to spend $80 to get it. I would like to, but I just don't know that the budget has the room. I will get paid this week for my job at the school, but that is not going to be a large paycheck. And odds are the majority of that is going to be spent at Petland on rabbit food and parrot food and the like. So I kind of don't know that I'll be able to justify $80 more. If there's a way, I might. But, you know, because I can always stock up on meat. I could always, you know, there's always things that can be bought, even if it's just a matter of going and getting a couple greeting cards for Christmas or whatever, or some Scotch tape or some gift wrap or whatever, things like that, thinking ahead to Christmas. It would not be hard to spend another $80. But I just don't know that the budget will allow it. It's just, this was a decent sized grocery haul for end month as it is. The 2 weeks from now, that paycheck will have, this paycheck for me had 3 shifts per week, so only 6 shifts on it. The one coming up at mid-month is always a better one because rent is not on there, which is a huge expense. But also that paycheck, provided I don't, like I worked 4 shifts this week and I have 4 scheduled this coming week. So as long as no shifts get deleted for any reason or get canceled or anything, at minimum, if I still have 4 shifts next week, then I'll have 4 shifts and 4 shifts. So a total of 8, as opposed to this last check this week that only had 6 shifts. So, you know, for a whole bunch of reasons, it's easier for me to go and spend more on that paycheck. But if there's a way to spend the other and get those extra points, I will. But I'm not going to fret about it too much because, you know, it's $25 in points, yes, but I got to spend 80 to get there. Anyway, so that's where we're at. I got some freezer stuff to put away, and it is 10 after 9, so I would like to have my impulse buy and have some suppers. I mean, even if it is just pizza, pops, and Cheetos, I don't care. It's been almost 6 hours since I ate anything. So it's time for me to sit down and relax and get these freezer stuff put away. I might get the rest of it put away. I might not. If not, I do have the weekend off, and so I will finish putting it away tomorrow if need be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, and of course, leave a comment down below. I have been working a little bit on a vlog of sorts throughout the last few days that I'm hoping to wrap up and get that up this weekend as well. And if I do make that roast beef with the Sprite and the 7-Up and the limes, I'll try and film that and post that for you as well. And if I do get around to doing that cranberry meatball one in the next week too, I'll try and post that one as well for you. So make sure that you are subscribed, and of course your notification bell is turned on if you're interested in seeing those videos. And if you're not really all that concerned and you're okay if you miss some of my videos, that's okay too. But if you don't want to miss them, then make sure you're subscribed and have your notification bell turned on. And we'll see you next time. I hope everybody's had a great week. And if you celebrate, I hope you all have a good Halloween. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend, everyone.